Okay, back to this conversation. We are here on the Culture Playbook, and I'm talking to a self-proclaimed black conservative, and he had some very interesting thoughts. We were talking about here code switching. We're talking about Jasmine Crockett and her code switching, and I'm trying to pull out from this brother what is he exactly what is he talking about when he's saying that uh, Jasmine Crockett is code switching? What is it?
Well, code switching.
Talking black? Okay.
Okay, talking black or code switching is when you get around your own people, whatever culture you are, whether you black, white, or whatever. People code switch. They talk a certain vernacular based on where they feel comfortable at. So if you're around a group of black people, you start using the F word, you start using cuss words.
But every race does this. Come on.
But every race does it. Every race does code switching, right? It's just more prevalent when black people do it.
How do you know this?
Because I watch the news. I watch the people that's
the news. The news is not a good gauge for this. Come on now.
How can somebody like Solomon of God allow a motherfucker to disrespect black people on his on his show without calling them out? For instance, you ain't black unless you vote for me. Now, how come that motherfucker didn't say, "Oh, wait a minute, what do you mean? Motherfuckers got to vote for you to be." What are you talking about?
If you were in that position, if you were, sir, if you
not call the goddamn
sir,
the guy that's running for president,
sir,
task.
If you
but
were,
let a black person get on there and say some shit he don't like.
He'll
call him out.
If you were in that position as Charlemagne the God was, and you were a part of the Republican Party like you are, and Donald Trump said the same thing to you, I don't think that you would have checked him. I think you would have did the same thing that he did.
First of all, first of all, let's go ahead and call a spade a spade. Donald Trump is smart enough not to do that bullshit. First of all,
you don't know that. We can assume that, but you don't know that for a fact.
He's smart enough not to do that shit, so I would never have to correct his ass on that shit. But he would use my platform to leverage what he wanted to say. So Donald Trump would say some stupid shit outside of my platform, and then he's smart enough to get on my platform in front of my audience and say some shit that resonates with them.
If you were in a position like Charlemagne the God is, you was not going to risk your money to stand on. Come on, man. You talking to the man that's running for the most powerful.
You just said it. People like Charlemagne the God is part of the problem because he put his money before his politics, or he put his money before other people. He put money. So if you say he's not a journalist,
he's putting his family. He needs that money to take care of his. He needs that money to take care of his family. So you think he should put his family aside?
My thing is, people go out here and waste money, and then claim after they waste all their money that they need money for their family. How much can a damn fucking 2-year-old eat in the course of a day?
As much as he can feed her.
Fucking something you need when it's raining outside.
It's as much as he can feed him.
Just buy an umbrella to keep him getting wet.
Nah.
Why you gotta buy a goddamn $20 million house to keep him getting wet in a rainstorm?
You sound like you mad at him for buying a toy. He's successful. You can't fault people because they're successful. Okay. So I say the same thing. If the shoe was on the other foot, a Republican and Donald Trump made a offhanded comment, and he has made offhanded comments, the same thing would have happened. It wouldn't have been this, oh, you gonna let him say this to you, and
Let me ask you this, and what because you bring Donald Trump up a name a couple of times, and the times that that he was running for president, or the times that you was seeing him on TV, because he got a lot of damn airtime on TV. When did he ever do that? Name one time that he did it.
When did he did it? When he talked about, he said, "Oh, I love my African Americans," and what I mean, yeah, this, and he talked about the African Americans as if they were like furniture or you know what I mean, like mascots or something.
What do you mean? He loves his African Americans. How would
you asked me? You asked me to tell you a time that he did that. That he made that's one of them.
No, because you comprehend it wrong. That's not to say that he did something that was negative.
Okay, so you maybe you comprehended what Joe Biden said. Maybe you comprehended what Joe Biden said to Charlemagne the God wrong. How about that? Because it.
No, that motherfucker said what he said.
No, because that's the way that's the way that you translate it. Listen, a lot of times,
So let's break it down. Nigga, you ain't black unless you vote for me.
See. That's
Nigga,
the way you heard it.
Black unless you toe the
No,
line.
that's the way you heard
You
it.
ain't black unless you do what you've been
That's
told
the
to
way
do.
you heard
You ain't
it.
black unless you do what you've been doing for
See,
all these damn years.
it's black conservatives like yourself that associate black and nigger together because that's you said it. That's what you know what it is, a Freudian slip.
Yeah, black and nigger is the same word. You know why? Now, when I say black, is it a derogatory word?
What
makes nigger a derogatory
to
word?
black conservatives like yourself, yes, it's a derogatory word.
No, what? No, you don't make that. I'm saying the word interchangeably. I'm using the word interchangeably, so obviously I don't think nigger is a negative word. What are you talking about?
So you one of these ones who think it's a positive word?
I mean, it's a word.
Okay.
It's an adjective. It's a word that describes a group of people.
But it has a negative. A very negative historical. I mean, you know what I mean? What else can you say?
What do you mean? What's the definition of nigger?
We can get into the semantics of it, but we know exactly what we know about. We know the sentiment behind the word.
So if it's such a negative word, why do niggas use the word?
Yeah, well, again, that's a flip, and that's again because the white. Let me ask you a question. Because the white power structure has positioned the word through music, because those are the people who have the ability, who have the means to put this stuff out on a mass level, to cause this mass psychosis that you won't acknowledge that's going on with these people. That's how that happens. Through these record labels, through these radio stations, through the airwaves that we are on right now.
So let me say this, right? I'm a white. Let's pretend that I'm a black guy, which I am. Let's pretend that you. I'm a black guy.
I'm gonna say like Terrell Owens told Stephen A. Who's running for president, by the way. Who told Stephen A. Man, Max, you sound blacker than you know what I mean. But go ahead. You say you a black guy allegedly. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm a black guy, right? I'm a white guy and a black guy, about it, however you want to say it.
Okay, so how about this? How about this? How about this?
Well, let's go ahead.
You're a black guy. You're a black guy who identifies as a white guy. Go.
Okay, cool. And I get identified because that's my pronoun, whatever you want to call it.
Go.
But let's go ahead and say this shit right here, right? How I identify. But let's go ahead and say this. Let's go and pretend that you was a white guy and you call me a nigga, right? If I say, yo, man, you know what? That's a cool observation since we got that in common, right? Do you love your nigga kids? Now, you're a white guy.
But why do you assume that? What makes you automatically assume that people even talk or think like that? When was the last time somebody ever approached somebody like that?
I'm going off what you said. I'm just trying to tell you, if a word is negative, if a word got a negative connotation, if a word is derogatory.
Again, what you just proved is my point. You said how you set that up. You said if a white guy said that, you already know. Now we talking about the historical. You know what that carries with.
So if he said you're a nigga, I'm like, yo. That's again. That's what I think.
No, no.
So he's like, hey, nigga. I'm like, he's like, you a nigger. I'm like, y'all know. Since we got that in common, because it takes one to know one. You can say all the other shit that goes with it. But yeah, since you got that in common, that's the fastest way to get that shit down in a nutshell. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I ain't no nigga. Like, yeah, you is. Prove to me that you're not. Well, I'm a white guy. Yeah, but prove to me that you're not a nigga. What's the definition of a nigga?
I don't know. Coming from a black conservative like yourself, I don't think that's probably your. I don't think you can relate. I don't think you can relate.
I can't relate. So if somebody called me a racist, And I said, look here, Jay. They say, Jay, you a racist. I'm like, yeah.
But
Since we got it in common.
You listen.
But I'm not a racist, but prove to me that you're not.
Okay, I can prove that prove to you that you are. What is
no? That ain't the question. You say you're not a racist. Now prove to me that you're not. She called me one, and so I'm left with the challenge of proving you that I'm not a racist. But I'm telling you, I am a racist. Just like you.
But see,
I'm not a racist.
So for me,
you want me to prove a negative by calling me one.
And that's where I think people get lost in the sauce. And for me, it's not about proving anything. It's about actions. It's about your actions. If your actions say to me that, hey, this person is moving in a way that is, you know what I mean, whatever words you want to put on it, then it's up to me. Once I've made that up in my mind, then that's on me to move the way I need to move to either deal with you or not deal with you.
Exactly. But my thing about you calling me a racist, it also does the same thing for me to know how to deal with you and not deal with you.
But if you're doing things that could be technically considered racist, what's the problem with a person calling you a racist?
Exactly. But my thing is, by him calling me a racist, he's enacting on the same thing that he accused me of. Is he not?
No. No.
So
because
no.
No.
Name a racist thing that people can do.
No. Because
name one thing that racist people do.
One thing that racist people do. Okay? Let's start.
Name one thing that racist people do.
They hold the belief that black.
They ain't doing that.
You want me to answer? Do you want me to answer the question?
Okay, answer the question.
Okay. And again, okay, all right, I got what you're saying. Okay, I'm giving you ideology. I'll show you what they do. They move into black neighborhoods, right? Take advantage of. They look at these underprivileged, you feel what I'm saying, these places that have been educationally depressed, and they prey on these areas instead of coming in, partnering with the people, educating them about, land and, structuring their thing together. It's a devouring system that they engage in, and it's through that's a form of systemic racism. Okay, some people call it gentrification, but that's what they do.
Okay, so what they do is they go and steal land.
Stealing. See that, but that. Whoa. That's a disingenuous thing. I never said anything about stealing anything. You're being disingenuous when you say, because I didn't say they stole anything. Okay.
So they pay for it?
Well, let's say, okay, let's use stealing. They steal it through omission. Okay. Because if I don't give you information, I can't fault you for not acting on that information. So I think they guard the information because you have to admit, you have to admit historically this information has been kept from black people.
In our Constitution, right?
In their Constitution. In their Constitution. Go ahead.
In the Constitution of the land that we live in, when they came up with the laws and everything, the first thing one of the things they said, I forgot what amendment it is. But they said,
whoa. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that.
Look it up.
You got to look up. You brought up the point. You cannot come. Nah.
Okay, this is a law. This is a law of the land. They say ignorant of the law.
What law? You're ignorant of the law. You right now. Come on, bro.
But what I'm saying though is ignorant of the law. If you break the law, just because you don't know that's a law, that's not a defense.
Well, again, if you don't know what the law is,
use that as a defense. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was supposed to do that. So what I'm saying to you is this: when it comes to justification, the motherfucker that own the land that they've been duped out of by omission, it ain't the people's fault that you don't know the value of your land or the importance of your piece of property. The only thing they can do is like, yo, we gonna offer you. You ain't got no fucking money. We know it's your land because your great-great-granddad delivered to you. But since you ain't got no money and you don't know what to do with the fucking land, let me offer you $10 for this piece of land. I'm putting the money in your hand right now.
And
The only thing you gotta do is vacate it. And not only are we going to give you $10,000,
you
we're going to
take
help you buy a damn truck to get the. We're going to rent a truck for you to get the fuck off the land.
you take that family's connection to this country, to this land, right? You for $10,000, and I know we just throwing out a figure, okay? But whatever that figure is, like it is. That's where I think in America we're going to lose. That's where racism is going to kill America, okay? Because
but they see what you're talking about. We were talking about the definition of racism. That's not racism. That's opportunist. That's opportunistic.
That's systemic racism. You asked me what I thought. Give you an example of it.
Ignorance of the law is not a defense. So if you're ignorant of what people are doing with the land that you gave them by omission of information, yo, ain't my job to do no goddamn work for you.
Again, that's the mind of a racist. Okay, I'm just gonna roll up to you.
Cool. So,
I'm just gonna roll up to you and just say, hey, here's this law, and you're in violation of it, and I don't care that you don't know. Listen to that. I don't.
Okay, cool. So if I make the law willy-nilly, then that's a problem.
And so you think these laws are not made willy-nilly?
My thing is, okay, first of all, if I abide by your law, then I need to be subject to the law you created. But if I'm a smart man, no matter what color I am, and I vote, and I understand how laws are made, then the first thing that you just told me to do, show me the president, show me where it's written, and add this a law. If they can't do that, then I don't have to abide by it. If they don't give me the damn fucking the page and the stat and where it's located at and what paragraph is this on what sentence in the law book.
You're speaking as if everybody started from the same place here in America.
I don't give a fuck. My thing is if
you got generations. You got generations of families because of different laws and systems.
That don't make me a racist.
It makes you in love with this racist system, and by default, it makes you
cool.
So are you a capitalist?
I'm a capitalist.
Okay, because you're a part of a capitalistic system, right?
Yeah.
You're also part of a racist system, and that you believe in.
I'm not denying that. See, the thing about this conversation is you think that I'm denying about being a racist. I'm not denying that I'm not denying that I'm a racist. I'm not denying that I'm a racist. Now, what I'm accusing
so
you
what
of,
what benefits did you tell us what benefits you gain from being a racist?
I gain land. I gain commerce. I gain money. What are you talking about? That's how it benefits me being a racist.
And you don't find that a little bit evil?
I'm not a killer.
Yes, you are.
I don't kill them motherfuckers.
Yes, you kill off their generations, the future. With land ownership, that's the future. That's what ties us to this country. Come on, man.
2025. If I can give somebody in 2025 that got all the freedoms in the world to be whatever they want to be, if I can dupe that motherfucker out of some damn land, that's not a genuine. Check this out. Do you think the average black man today, or any race of man today, is smarter with the technology that we got, the information society that we got? Do you think anybody living today is dumber than the motherfucker that was living back down fucking 50, 60, 80 years ago? Do you think the current state of affairs, men in general, black or otherwise, are smarter than the motherfuckers that came before them, based on the technology that we got today?
No.
So you tell me how a man who's making damn fucking 50 cents.
No, man is not smarter. Man is not smarter now. Man is not smarter now.
For decades. And a white person come to me today and dupe me out of my land? What the fuck are you talking about? This motherfucker was making damn pennies on the dollar against a real racist system, or a system that's not in his best interest to be in that damn fucking land in the first place. Whose great granddaddy or granddaddy came from slavery, where there was choice to work for free. That motherfucker ended up buying the damn fucking land and
What
keeping his family for almost damn fucking 35 years until he died.
You do realize that what you're saying has no historical basis at all. You
got land?
You do realize this, right?
Okay, hold a second. You got access to land right now?
Absolutely.
As a reporter, you have access to land.
You're trying to move. You're trying to move the goalposts. I'm dealing with that little. I'm dealing with that little diatribe you just went on. That little soliloquy you just went on. That is based in zero. When I say zero, that is based in zero historical in any kind of.
What I'm asking you is this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tie it together for you. I'm a racist. I agree to it. I'm not fighting it. You fighting it. You fighting the fact that you're a racist. So I'm telling you to prove to me that you're not. I'm telling you that I am. And I'm telling you why I am. Now, let me go ahead and tie this together for you. You got land. You got access to land. Right? Now, I'm going to ask you two questions. The land that you have access to, outside of where you live at right now, did you pay for it? And did you pay tax on it right now?
Yes and no. Okay, there's some land that's been in my family since the early 1900s, and that I'm heirs property tied up into that. But
okay,
okay.
So now,
your point, please. Your point.
Years and years ago, had an active kid, and got an active people in his family. Now, I guarantee you that person that bought that land, maintained that land, and cultivate that land and use that land to the best of his ability till he died. And he passed it on to somebody else that was able to do the same thing. Maybe his son, maybe his daughter. But removed there fucking 5 generations later. The land is overgrown. It's not being utilized for anything. Nobody ain't growing nothing on it. There's nothing on it. And everybody's struggling to try to keep the taxes paid on that son of a bitch. And everybody got their hand out to the patriarchy that owned the motherfucker died. And they still got to fight each other on how the land needs to be used. The family don't even come together to how to use the best interests of the land.
And you say all of this, but you act as if there's not you act like there's not something. You act like there's not. You act like this system is not driving this. You really act as if this system that we have been subjected to is not driving this whole narrative that you're painting. Okay. But go ahead.
Do we know that the system exists? This system that this ghostly system that's racist. Do we know that this system exists? Do we actually know, or are we just talking shit? Do this system actually exist?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's say that it actually exists. Now the question is, how long did we know it existed? And what have we ever done as a group of people that claim about the system exists? What have we ever done to try to change the system?
A lot. Now, you sound crazy. You really sound crazy. A lot has been done, and people have been continually. Wow. That's.
So the next question is, what does it take to change the system?
Yeah.
Nobody never asked the question of what does it take to change the system up that's against people?
Nobody's never asked that question.
So how do we change the goddamn system that we think is bad?
See, here's the thing. You're not interested in changing the system. You're a part of the system. Absolutely not. When you
all a part of the system.
No, because we're not all self-professed racist.
Man, everybody that's complaining about
no, you can't loop all us in. You can't loop all of us into that.
That they hate.
You can't loop all of us in. So
if
that's
you're not changing something. Okay, so let me say this: if you're not changing something that's detrimental to your well-being or to the well-being of your future or your kids' future, if you're not changing that, then does that not make you part of the system that you hate?
I mean, and you're saying that as if you're saying that as if people aren't out here doing the best they can to survive. They're just
to survive.
They're just not doing it. They're again, and you made my point that I was just trying to make. They're not doing it to your satisfaction, which is
no. I'm satisfied. I'm looking for my damn fucking half white daughter to come in and buy all that damn land and set up a couple of goddamn Trader Joe's and some damn fucking and some coffee shops.
Okay,
And she
so
ain't gotta own it. She ain't gotta own the coffee shop or the goddamn or the Trader Joe's.
see
The only
that's
thing she gotta do is be in the middle of acquisition the deal and make her 5% off for everybody.
so this is what you said. So you said you're half white daughter, you married to a white woman. Is this what Jasmine Crockett is referring to as whitewashed? The way that you think?
Jasmine Crockett is the product of not racism. She's the product of a whole bunch of people that complain about the system that don't do shit about it before her generation and before she came about. So her legacy is a group of motherfuckers that complain about something that they could have changed.
You saying that? Listen, here's the problem with what you're saying, right? Here's the problem with what you're saying. Jasmine Crockett has only come across your radar in the last couple months. And you're making a full-on assessment, a full-on speculation about her, and you don't know anything about her aside from the clips that you see.
I'm a racist.
Exactly.
Right? And so what I'm doing is acting like she acts. I'm doing the same thing that she does. Because you can look and listen to her rhetoric and get her doing the same fucking thing. She casts aspersions on people that she don't know nothing about. Democratic or Republican.
Who has she?
So how am I doing anything different than what she's doing? The only thing that she's doing
has she cast dispersions on? Who has she done that to? Name the person.
Name the person. Donald Trump for one. Elon Musk for a second. The goddamn fucking mayor of her damn fucking state. The third.
So she's not allowed to voice her opinion about Donald Trump?
Am I not allowed to voice my opinion without being called a racist?
You're voicing your opinion right here, right now. So what I'm asking you is, she not allowed to voice her opinion? Why must she shut up?
Huh?
Why can't she voice her opinion?
Okay, my thing is, I'm not stopping from voicing her opinion, and I love it that she voiced her opinion because she points out the hypocrisy in what she's talking about by opening her mouth. I agree that I'm a racist. I agree with the whole sentiment that I'm a racist, right? Because I know I can't prove a negative. I can't prove that I'm not a racist, so I gotta like lean into being a racist. The problem that I have with her is she don't think that she is.
How can you have a problem with her when you don't know anything about her?
I know that her rhetoric is content.
So you know her rhetoric. Again, does that make her her?
Shit, why you telling me that she's a paid actress?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm saying that you're condemning this person without fully knowing, you know what I mean? You heard clips, you heard sound bites.
Yeah, based on what she said.
Okay.
So whether it's a long clip or a short clip, if it's in a certain context, right? Now you can say, well, Jay, you hear a lot of things she said that's out of context that you passing judgment on. Correct. I am. Right? But she's calling everybody a racist, and then she don't think she's one.
Does that make her wrong in what she's saying?
She might be right in what she's saying, but that don't necessarily make her a racist.
You just don't, as a black conservative, you just don't want to hear it.
No, I want to hear it because what she does is she's giving black conservatives ammunition to talk shit
about somebody that they don't know,
about somebody that's spewing rhetoric that should be called a nigger.
And again, does that make it?
And the way you use it is like this nigga here.
So
on her shit again.
So the comment about the whitewashing. Do you think that? How do you feel about?
Okay.
She.
Ask Jasmine, what do whitewashing mean?
I guess she was assuming that, per her interview on the Breakfast Club, that the guy she was talking about could not associate with the black struggle, black culture, black life because he's married to a white woman. and
Mm-hmm.
perhaps he had been whitewashed, and that's why he was spewing these Republican Project 2025
So you telling me that
talking
a
points.
black man defies all odds to get himself known to marry a white woman don't have no power to be himself, even though married to a white woman? You think a white woman got that kind of power that she can change his mind, his line of thinking? So why can't he change her line of thinking? So you telling me that this black man that married a white woman is weak? All black men are weak in your eyes? This black man can't have no discernment to say, look here, bitch, you go be in the kitchen cooking me some pies when I'm out here on this campaign trail.
He is not telling that white woman that. Cut it out.
Wait a minute. We don't know.
Do you talk to your white wife like that?
Let me tell you this.
Do you talk to your white wife like that?
My white wife wake up every damn day and go to work, and she come home.
The answer is no. The answer is no, everybody. The answer is no, he doesn't.
What do you mean? The answer is no, I don't. You gotta have decorum. You can't talk to a person that feeds you every damn night and sleep beside you in the bed. You can't talk to her like she ain't gonna kill you if you fucking cross her. Why would I put myself in a damn fucking left favorable position to die?
So then why would Jasmine Crockett have to listen to a man tell her, bitch, cook me some, I don't, like, the racist mind is a complicated mind. Okay,
exactly.
Let's just say that.
I'm telling you, as a racist myself, I think I'm better than motherfuckers that are not racist.
Unpack that, please.
Yeah, I'm smarter than motherfuckers that are not racist. I'm a racist motherfucker, right? As a racist culture, if racism was a damn fucking, if racism was a race, if racism was a religion, if racism was something of substance like you make it out to be, then and we got all of the struggle, every damn thing that's successful, everything that's good, everything that people strive for, financial wealth, everything is made by racists. Everything is made by racists. Everything is racist baited.
You're going. Just say you didn't have a good answer for that. You're going too far. My audience is like, what is he talking about?
What I'm talking about is racism is a good thing. Racism moves the pendulum forward. I don't like that motherfucker over there. So you know what, dude? I'm gonna build a bigger house and a bigger community that he can afford to get into. I'm gonna build a goddamn nice neighborhood that motherfucker can afford to get. These houses cost damn $400,000 to get in this neighborhood, and you're gonna have an HOA that got to pay $2,500 a month. That can keep a whole bunch of these undesirables out. Now here comes a goddamn undesirable that don't know he's an undesirable. Go out here and make enough money in his damn life to get inside of this damn community. He buys a $400 house with a damn $2,500 a month HOA fee. And he got to abide by all the rules. Damn it! That motherfucker got in my damn neighborhood. Shit. Oh, okay, let's see what he does. Oh, he gonna abide by my rules? Oh, he gonna keep his joint clean? Oh shit, he gonna cut his grass? Oh, he gonna keep the HOA paid up? Shit, we might need to leave him stay. Oh, you've been here for like 2 years now. You want to have a family reunion party.
You do realize you do realize like this neighborhood that you're talking about. You do realize that there are black neighborhoods where everybody does keep their yard cut. Everybody does keep their lawn. I mean, excuse me, same thing, lawn cut, their trash picked up. You do realize this, right?
Now, do that same neighborhood.
I'm talking about predominantly black neighborhoods. I ain't talking about the other. You talking about that good neighborhood. You do know that it does exist. And also on the other end of that, you do know that ratchet, predominantly white, predominantly Mexican trailer parks do exist that you can get your issue out there. You do acknowledge this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me go to your first point. There's black people that have affluent neighborhoods. And what reason are those neighborhoods remaining affluent?
The same reason the white ones are remaining affluent, because those folks care about their neighborhood. Make the point.
Exactly. But also, the price is too high to be in those neighborhoods.
What do you keep wanting to move the goalposts? That's not, no. They care about their
What makes
neighborhood.
a racist?
You're the expert on that. You can tell us. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what makes a racist? Because
What caused you to go down that road?
That are not racist.
Did you start on a racist, or what caused you to go down that road? I've
always been a racist.
Since when? How old are you?
Since the first. I've always been a racist since the first motherfucker that called me one.
Okay, I'm talking about, when did you start acquiring these racist views, these thoughts?
It's an everyday average person viewpoint. But the first person that called me a racist made me a racist, and I lean into it.
So you don't know when you became a racist, basically.
No, when the first person called me racist.
Okay.
I was about 15 years old. Didn't know what racism was. The first motherfucker that called me a racist was a black guy. Because I didn't toe the party line. I didn't think like he thought. He said, "Man, you a white guy. You a white racist."
And here's the thing.
Like, oh, for real?
And I guess
as a badge of honor.
So, I guess what it is if you think like white people, you're good to go. You I mean, I don't
like me. I'm good to go.
Oh, okay.
Is thinking right a bad thing? And if so, how is it?
How do you do that? Explain to me. Yeah, how's that done?
You accuse me of doing it. I didn't know I was doing it. You tell me what thinking right is, and I tell you if you're right or wrong.
Because you started this segment off, this little part right here off, by describing this neighborhood, somebody cutting their yard, somebody as if every black neighborhood is the hood.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say you said that. You started off insinuating. Okay, that's what I picked up from the.
No, I was talking about the neighborhood from a racist standpoint. I never put white on it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I started talking about neighborhoods. This motherfucker go out here and say we gonna keep the undesirables out, and we gonna raise the price so these undesirables don't get in.
What?
And then damn undesirable, a person that I deem to be an undesirable, that's not a damn racist, gonna come into my damn neighborhood. We don't allow non-racists in my neighborhood. You gotta ascertain a certain damn status in life to come into my racist neighborhood.
And you see that as, and again, that goes that
want to move into a racist neighborhood. You tell me that.
I don't think
a person that's not a racist, that don't profess to be a racist.
I really don't think that there's that many black people trying to move into white neighborhoods as people assume, as you're assuming.
I'm not using the word black. You're using the word black.
Okay, black.
I'm using the word undesirables.
Okay.
Like undesirables. Now, if you think undesirables are black, that's on you.
Okay.
I'm just using the word undesirables. When I call a nigga, and I use the word nigga and black interchangeably, that means neither one of the words had a negative connotation. It's just a descriptive word. Now, if you want to say that niggerism or being a nigger has something to do with the culture of a black person, that's something totally different. We can attest to that. So if I say that's a nigga over there, that means I'm breaking down the black vernacular or the black word into being something more descriptive of the black people within the black culture.
Is this a normal thing that black conservatives do? Or you know what? I'm not even gonna put that. I'm not even gonna put that on black conservatives. I'm gonna put it on. Is this what black racists do? I'm gonna say a black extremist, black conservative extremist.
No, you can keep using titles all you want, because the only people that use titles at this nature, at this level, because they're trying to get a point across. The only people that use the labels is Democrats. They got to put somebody in the category till it fit their narrative.
So again, you just did that. not knowing my political affiliation, you just assumed.
No, I didn't tell you it was a Democrat. I said that's something Democrats do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a Democrat or not.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and I don't give a fuck neither. But only thing I'm saying though is Democrats, as a group of people, tend to put labels on stuff so they can market it. They can market their ideology to groups of people and get everybody to fight against each other. So I'm a black conservative that's also a racist.
You voted for Trump. You voted for Trump. You voted for Trump. You voted for Trump.
That don't matter.
So you voted
and
for
tell me why it matters.
So you voted for Kamala.
No, that doesn't matter. And if it does matter, why does it matter?
Because dude, you sound like Project 2025.
Dog, I'm telling you, dog. Project 24, 25, and 26. I'm for that shit. If it's about making motherfuckers.
So you voted for Trump.
24% more for a product I make in this country, and yeah, I can pay that damn money.
So you voted for Trump.
Look at dog. I voted for the best person for the job. And the job that's being done right now, I can't ask for better.
You don't want to take credit. You don't want to take. See, y'all need to. All of you people need to be pointed out.
So you think I'm trying to avoid?
Yes, because Trump is doing such
so why do you think I'm trying to avoid?
Because he's doing such a jacked up job. He's got us looking. He's got us looking crazy across the country. Pete Hegseth was a huge mistake. Okay, and it's going to cost the lives of some of our military people. Trump is Pete Hegseth. Do you know who Pete Hegseth is?
No, I don't. Who is he?
Man, how you a Trump supporter, but you don't know who these people they appoint? That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem with it right there. That's the problem with Trump supporters.
That now, the name you name, did he run for office?
Pete Hegseth is over the military. That's this guy who.
He ran for office.
It's this guy who got off of Fox News. Your president. Your president appointed this man over the military.
Right? So if the president is doing a lot of stuff and I'm dealing with my everyday life and I'm trying to make sure my family eats, because I'm a racist, because racists, we got to be on top of things. So otherwise, people try to
don't try to walk that back. Don't try to you embrace that.
What I'm saying to you is, I don't know who this guy is because I'm occupied doing other things.
But you know about Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett is on the news every day making a buffoon.
Pete Hegseth is on Pete Hegseth. This white man texted the position of troops. He sent it in a text and it got intercepted. Jasmine Crockett is running her damn mouth. This is the problem with racists. You see her because she's black, she's loud, but Pete Hegseth literally, do some research. Pete Hegseth literally texted out the position of men and young children to be killed.
Did he really?
Yes.
Did any kids get killed?
Okay.
I'm asking you.
If the head of the military is out here willy-nilly, if the head of the military is out here willy-nilly texting troop locations out and it's being intercepted by the damn, come on, man. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Let's hold this back a little bit. Let's see how stupid this guy is, because he's been appointed by our president,
who's an idiot.
Not the average Joe.
Who's an idiot.
So let's go back to your guy. He did what again? He did an email that got accepted.
A text message. A text. I didn't say email. I said text message.
He did a text message of enemy troops or of not enemy troops. He did a text message of people that he's supposed to keep safe. Of
our plans. Okay. Let me break it. Let me break it down for sports in a sports way. You know what I mean? Our coach, right, went and gave the other team our playbook.
Okay. And
I can't break it down any farther than that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Now, did the other team that got the playbook win the game?
And we get ready to play a game.
I'm asking you, do you think that the guy with the playbook would have won the game?
Again, Trump supporters will justify anything that these people do. Anything they do, they'll justify it.
What I'm saying to you is this: you ever played spades?
Is that a racist question?
Or bid whist?
Is that a racist question?
No, it's not racist. I'm asking, do you ever play the card?
The question is, have you ever played spades?
Okay, so sometimes, or any card game where people don't need to know your hand, right? So you take a card.
Golly, dude, no. You're not trying to flip this. Listen, first of all, no. Go research this thing first. You can't flip it until you. That's the problem.
The first question I asked you, based on what you told me, that the guy gave up some damn fucking text messages of where some people that he's supposed to keep safe was at.
Okay, with that much information, right? I was thinking that you would assume would already understand that. Okay, let's table that. If anything,
I'm a racist.
Because
I think differently. That's why I'm more successful.
Well, that's why you're not going to dispute your racist views on this show, because in that view, no, and again, and it's my fault for even bringing up the conversation.
Hold on a second. Don't roll it back down, Mr. Journalist man, Mr. Gangster Drive-By motherfucker. Look here. Don't roll it back now. You asked me a question, and I'm answering your question, right? The guy.
But okay, let's preface that by saying you're answering my question without any information. You just.
How am I answering your question?
This is a knee-jerk reaction to something that I said, and I'll say that. Listen, I apologize for springing that on you. Okay, but we can't go down the road of.
You want to apologize to me because you try to shut me up.
Okay, well go ahead then. Go ahead.
Racist and I deserve to have a voice.
All right.
Try to shut down my speech.
All right. So, but just know when you respond ignorantly to this, I'm going to respond to that. But go ahead.
No, well, you got the power of the damn fucking pen. You also got the power of the mic. You can clip my shit out.
Have I cut your mic off at any point during this conversation?
No, I'm just saying.
So don't put that out there to my crowd. I have not one time.
No, what I'm saying to you, don't try to gaslight me to say some shit. I'm saying you can clip me out and make me look like an idiot.
So now you're suggesting that this is being edited. That's another.
You can't.
Come on, dude, with that, man.
You can't do it.
I can, but why would I do it? Why would I do it? No, there you go. Now you're backing out. Oh my God.
So now you gaslighting me and you changing the damn fucking goalpost. If you got a different conversation going on, but one thing I'm saying to you is, if you wanted to, not that you're going to, not that you have to, if you want to, you can clip me out. But the only thing I ask is for me to answer the question that you asked. The guy that sent out the text is getting a location of kids that he's supposed to protect. My question is, did anybody die? And now the next question is, nobody died, then why? Because the text message was a ploy to send people that want to harm the kids to a location so we can get those motherfuckers. So that damn general or whoever he got paid damn triple chess on them motherfuckers. So my thing as a racist, the only person who will know this shit is a fellow racist. Because non-racists don't know this shit. Non-racists are so mad and so busy complaining about racists that they don't take care of their own shit. They can't follow their own game because they're worried about the racist game. Let the racists have their game. We gonna survive. We always do.
This is the problem with freedom in the United States, because
anybody else in the room, though.
And this is the part that this is why there's always should be a quest for more information, because again, I had to allow you to be able to say that foolish answer that you just said, right? And again, it's spin. It's what it is. Well, nobody died, so it's okay. Well, but it was a chess move. You know what I mean? Like, it was a mistake, but no, it was genius. You know what I mean? Come on, you can't have. It's not. You can't, it don't work like that. Again, but that's freedom. You're allowed to say the foolish things that you say, and I'm allowed to say what I'm
Well,
saying
the
now.
only thing I'm saying though is when I was in high math class, like trigonometry, or when I was taking algebra, they didn't give me a passing grade because I got the answer right. They give me a passing grade on the form that I use to get to the conclusion of the answer. So if I got the answer right, anybody can cheat on the test and get the answer right, make a swag, a sophisticated wild ass guess. But if your process of getting to the answer is correct,
Is
if
that
your formula is correct, that's what they grade you on.
is that when you became a racist? When you were taking
No, I'm telling
the
you, I
high
became a
math,
racist.
the trigonometry, like the high math?
Dog, I became a racist when I realized that I was smarter than non-racist.
How much do you use trigonometry in your everyday life right now?
I just used it just now in a conversation that didn't require it.
I'll tell you, man.
I just told you about the principles of trigonometry or math, high equation math, and how it divides. What you got to do is you got to make something testable on a regular basis. You got to have a program, or not a program, a formatted understanding of math for you to be able to test a positive the same damn thing using the same formula. And if that formula, when you get the formula right, then it doesn't matter what the numbers are, you got the formula right. If the process is right, you can come up with the conclusion that you need to come up with. But you got to have the same process.
Hey,
so
listen.
when it comes down to racism, us racists, myself and many racists like me, we pride ourselves on being a negative that can't be proven that we are not.
That made no sense.
So
but
I can't prove
okay.
that I'm not a racist. Right, and I understand that.
No, you prove it. You prove. Listen, keep talking. You want to go ahead?
Keep. To you that I'm not a racist.
Keep. Okay.
One thing that I can say to you to prove to you that I'm not a racist.
Okay, let me ask you this.
One thing that I can possibly say to you to prove to you that I'm not a racist.
What's your problem with Barack Obama?
He exists.
Bingo. Hey, listen, we're going to continue this conversation on the backside. Guys, listen, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, make sure you comment, get in there. We need the feedback. Am I right?
Okay.
Is the racist right?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And we'll get you guys back on the back end of that. Again, like, subscribe, share. Peace.